So right now, the US dollar is worth about 32.87 Thai baht. So if you exchange $100, that's roughly 3,287 baht before any exchange rates or fees. And when you first hear that number, it might sound pretty good. But the real question is the US dollar still strong enough in Thailand to make living there affordable? Now, that's what I really wanted to talk about today, because when people talk about moving to Thailand, one of the biggest reasons you hear is because the cost of living. People say your money goes further. You know what I mean? Food can be cheaper. Transportation can be way cheaper. Housing can be cheaper depending on where are you trying to live. But there's something that can change all of that pretty quickly. The exchange rate is really important. If the dollar gets stronger against the baht, your money stretches way farther. If the dollar gets weaker, suddenly the exact same lifestyle costs you more in the US dollars. And if you just visiting Thailand for a week or two, that might not feel like a huge deal. But if you planning to actually live there, it matters a heck of a lot more, because now you're thinking about monthly expenses. You know what I mean? You got rent, which is a big thing, food, transportation, phone service, entertainment, utilities, everything. And those expenses are usually being paid in Thai baht. So even if your income or savings are in US dollars, your real spending power depends partly on what the dollar converts to. Now, when I was in Thailand before, I remember exchanging $100 and getting around a low 3,000 baht range. So seeing a dollar around 32.87 baht today is something I'm really paying attention to. Not because I'm trying to predict the currency rate or nothing like that, because I'm really not. It's because I'm preparing to live there, and I want to understand how much my money would actually be worth once I'm spending it every day there. Now, let's use a simple example. At today's rate, $1,000 USD is roughly 32,870 baht, and 2,000 is roughly 65,740 baht. Now, imagine somebody builds their entire Thailand budget assuming the dollar is going to stay at one specific exchange rate forever. That could be a big problem because exchange rates move, and even the difference in a few baht per dollar start adding up when you're exchanging thousands and thousands of dollars over time. For example, let's say the dollar was worth 35 baht instead of around 32.87. On $1,000 USD, you'll get about 35,000 baht. At today's rate, you're getting around 32,870 baht. That's a difference of more than 2,000 baht from the same thousand. And when you're living somewhere month after month, those differences really matter. There could be meals, transportation, utilities, a part of your rent. Now, I don't think this means people should panic every time the exchange rate changes. I definitely don't plan on sitting around checking a dollar every hour. But I do think if you're planning to live abroad, you should understand that the currency can affect your lifestyle. And one thing I'm learning that you probably don't want to build a budget that only works when the exchange rate is somewhat perfect. I'd rather build my budget around a more conservative number. That way, if the dollar gets stronger, cool. If I have extra breathing room. But if it gets weaker, I'm not suddenly just in some crazy trouble. That's especially important for somebody living on a fixed income. You know what I mean? Retirement income, remote income, or even your savings, because your income might stay exactly the same while the amount of baht you receive changes dramatically. And that's where people get caught off guard. Another thing is to remember that the number you see online isn't always the exact number you'll receive when you're exchanging physical money. Currency exchange booths, banks, ATM, and cards can all give you slightly different rates or charge different fees. So if Google says the rate is 32.87, that doesn't automatically mean you walking into an exchange booth with $100 and receiving exactly 3,287 baht. You still have to pay attention to the actual rate that's being offered. And sometimes a small difference doesn't seem like much until you keep doing it over and over and over again. That's another reason I think it makes sense to compare exchange options instead of automatically taking the first one you see. Now, does any of this mean Thailand suddenly isn't affordable? No. For a lot of Americans, Thailand can still offer a very different cost structure compared with many places that's in the USA. But I think saying Thailand is cheap without talking about exchange rates, these are a big, important part of the picture, because affordability isn't just about what things cost in Thai baht. It's also about how many baht or dollars are buying. And for me personally, that's becoming more and more important the closer I get to actually living there. When I was visiting, an exchange rate difference might mean I spend a lot more or a little less on a trip. When I'm living there, that same difference can affect the entire monthly budget. So that's why I'm paying attention now. I mean, I'm not obsessing over it, I'm just understanding it. And I think anybody moving overseas should do the same. Know what your money converts to. Understand that the rate can change. Give yourself some room in your budget, and don't assume today's rate will be the same 6 months from now. So right now, at around 32.87 baht per US dollar, do I still think the dollar has good spending power in Thailand? Yeah. But I also think it's smart to be really realistic. The stronger the dollar is, the easier your budget becomes. The weaker it gets, the more careful you may have to be. And that's part of living in another country that people don't always think about before they actually move. And that's crazy. So I want to know what you think. If you're already living in Thailand, what exchange rate do you consider a good rate for the US dollar? And if you're planning on moving there, is the dollar to baht exchange rate something you've been paying attention to? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe to Freedom Abroad if you want to follow this journey as I get closer and closer to making the move. I'll see you in the next video.